Here it is then, the all-new 991R. Brand new for 2016, Porsche has revived its famous R moniker nearly 50 years after those 22 powerful, lightweight competition specials rolled out of Zuffenhausen and into motoring folklore. However, this 991R isn't built for competition, but unadulterated driving purity. That's why you won't find Porsche's 7-speed automatic PDK gearbox mated to its 500 horsepower Rennsport engine. That's because unlike the current turbo GT3 and GT3 RS's, the R gets a 6-speed manual gearbox, meaning a third pedal and a stick shift once again return to a high-performance 911. Granted, a manual can never be as clinical as, say, the PDK in the latest RS, but simply for the joy and art of pedalling, the R is a victory for the enthusiast. The shifter itself is shorter and with a reduced throw over its 7-speed contemporaries, aiding the smooth, direct shift through each gate on the R. Removing that overly long 7th gear has also removed the fuzziness and awkward spring loading when searching for higher gears, leaving nothing but a delightfully slick shift each time the driver wants to swap cogs. The clutch pedal too is perfectly weighted, which I found to be a happy medium to those on the sometimes overbearing 997 GT3s and superficially light 991 Carreras. Of course, most people will naturally compare the R to its identically engined 991 GT3 RS sister. However, these comparisons are largely unjust. If your sole motoring purpose is for clinical lap times, the RS is your beast. However, if your jam is sheer fun at the wheel, there is none better than the new 991R. A more legitimate comparison should be drawn against the previous lightweight with manual transmission, this being the veritable 997 GT3 RS 4 litre. Considered by Porsche enthusiasts, myself included, to be an absolute halo car, the RS4 was the last big-hitting 911 to really mix performance with driver involvement. However, that was 6 years ago, and after stepping out from the R, that RS4 litre is starting to feel a little dated. While the 997 RS4 enjoys similar levels of low-down torque to this new feather-light fire breather, the speed of the R's directional changes makes it the undisputed king of the road. Benefiting from the 991 generation's more naturally balanced chassis, the R pivots around its nose with far greater ease than the 997, hunting each apex down with devastating pace. The R is playful at both low and high speeds, though keep an eye out for that rear end, which can get a little fidgety over anything less than a perfect road surface. Driver inputs have to be measured then, but that's exactly how we like it. It makes the R a proper 911 after all. Is there anything about the car I don't like? Well, not really. I have one small gripe with the automatic rev matching in sport mode, which seems a little at odds with a car that otherwise gives everything back to the driver. Admittedly, this hardly makes for a blotch on the 991R's copy paper. This is without doubt the pinnacle of what we've experienced behind the wheel of any Porsche 911, and I can only hope the 991 lucky owners will drive this car the way it deserves to be driven and not flip it for big money straight away. That's another story though, and it hardly detracts from what is the most exciting 9 Alpha to roll out of the factory in recent times. For our full report on the 991R first drive, pick up your copy of Total 911 issue 141 from June the 15th.